Welcome to RaidGuide.com's video guide to the Stone Guardians in Mogu'shan Vaults on 10-man normal. My name is Arch and I will be guiding you through this encounter. I have to apologise for the shortness of the video. I had the recording settings on too high and it cut off before the boss actually died. But it does show all the individual elements of the fight. Upon entering, you will be greeted by 4 dogs, 3 of which will be active, and this rotates each week. A few seconds into the fight, one of the dogs will begin to petrify the entire raid. This gives you a stacking debuff, which you can see represented by the bar at the bottom of the screen. It gives you a 90% damage taken reduction in the school of magic that the dog belongs to, Jade being nature, Jasper being fire, Cobalt being arcane, and Amethyst being shadow. When this reaches 100, you will be turned to stone and unable to act, and the fight will be over. Once a dog has begun to petrify the raid, it is the tank's job to control them. The dogs will continue to gain energy whenever they are near another dog. When they reach 100 energy, they will overload for 250,000 damage to every raid member, but if the correct dog overloads, you will take 90% reduced damage from this. So the tanks need to make sure that only the dog that is petrifying the raid overloads, and by doing this, will interrupt the petrification and the whole process starts again with a new dog. It's worth to note that the dog that is on its own gains the buff Solid Stone and takes 90% reduced damage, so it is worthless attacking it. Each dog will periodically cast an ability. Amethyst Guardian will cast Amethyst Pool, which creates a purple pool under the feet of a random player which lasts for 1.3 minutes and deals 60,000 shadow damage every second to anyone standing in it. Cobalt Guardian casts Cobalt Mine on a random raid member, which after 3 seconds will arm and deal 175,000 arcane damage to anyone within 7 yards and root them for 6 seconds. Jade will cast Jade's Shards, which deals 50,000 damage in all directions. This has to be healed through. And Jasper casts Jasper Chains, which ties 2 raid members together, and whenever they are more than 10 yards apart, will deal 35,000 fire damage even, every second, increasing in damage by 15% for every second they are apart. The debuff will go after being apart for a total of 15 seconds. To deal with this fight, the tanks have to play tennis with the dogs, making sure that only the dog that is petrifying explodes, by swapping the other 2 dogs around so the petrifying dog reaches 100 energy first. The individual abilities are easy to be counteracted. Move out of the purple pool, move away from the blue shard, unless you have Cobalt Petrification and are a range class that can remove it from the playing field to give you some more space, or use personal cooldowns to mitigate the damage. And Jasper, you need to move away from each other for a few seconds until the damage starts to get too high, then move back into range to reset the damage stacks. The time apart stacks don't get removed when you move back within 10 yards. You only need to be away for a total of 15 seconds, not 15 seconds in one time. All in all, it's a relatively straightforward fight, which most of the responsibility falls on the tanks. So if you've got good tanks, you should be alright. If you've got bad tanks, then you want to go and get good tanks. Have fun and good luck.